Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to give you a really brief rundown of the vitamins you need to be taking on a daily basis. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you which ones exactly. Okay? First of all, my name is Nikita Savant. I'm 51 years old, and I feel very healthy. I have a ton of energy. I take no synthetic anything. I don't take any pharmaceuticals, not one, not even ibuprofen. I don't have surgeries. I don't get shots, nothing. So I'm living all natural. This is how I look. I'm 51. I feel amazing. Okay. So some of this advice I'm giving you, I've been doing this for my whole life. Okay. I grew up with a mom who was a holistic person, and due to her being hit by a drunk driver, we ended up seeing a holistic practitioner for many years. And I learned a lot of what I share here from him. All right, so for today's mini training, I'm going to go through the vitamins you need to take on a daily basis and why. So let's start with a multivitamin. Obvious reasons to take this, but maybe not so obvious, right? The food we eat is processed, it's covered in pesticides, it's packaged in plastic. Almost every food in your refrigerator is coming to you in plastic. Used to be in glass, now a lot more plastic. The quality of the food is lower, the quality of the soil due to soil erosion is lower. And then, something super practical. You can't get all the vitamins you need for your body to run efficiently in one day. Unless you are really, really, you know, you're measuring out every vegetable for what's in. I mean, how would you even know, right? So you can't eat all the multivitamins you need every day for your body to function. If you don't take a multivitamin, something in your body is going to have a distortion or a little hiccup, and eventually you'll have either a deficiency or you'll have some type of symptom. So for those of you who are on board with taking multivitamins, good for you. Now, let's talk about quality, okay? Because it actually does matter. You go get a multivitamin from Walgreens, the quality is very low because of how it's sourced. Plus, you might get synthetics. So what you want to do is you want to go to a reputable company that has really excellent sourcing and proof that it works. So I do not work for a vitamin company. I have a holistic practice. Obviously, many of you know that. However, I love Standard Process. I could practically be a sales rep for them. They've been around for more than 100 years, and so they are tried and true. And their sourcing is tried and true and tested. So this is the highest quality. What does that mean? That doesn't mean you're on a pedestal. It means that your body can manage and metabolize it. And isn't that what you want? We spend a lot of money on vitamins, and we want our bodies to metabolize and use the vitamin as much of it as possible, right? I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to waste the energy of even digesting it if it's not going to be totally metabolized and used in my body really well. And so we get high quality, Standard Process. So here is my recommendation for a multivitamin that you take daily. I believe you take 3 of these a day. They're called Catalin. You can read the back. I don't even know if I could see it. It's got A, C, D, thiamine, riboflavin, on and on. But not just the vitamins that are in it make the difference. In Standard Process vitamins, if you look at the bottom, it has a proprietary blend of a lot of other amazing things that protect your body from illness, viruses, a ton of stuff. So Catalin, that is your first one for the day. Everybody needs vitamin D, whether you live in Florida or not, okay? Why? Because vitamin D does a ton of stuff in your bodies. Let's just start with hormones, okay? You want your hormones working right. But the thing about vitamin D is you have to buy it with K2 in order for it to really truly be absorbed. For many years, I was taking just a D. I ended up getting D3 with K2. I'm trying to hold this straight in the video. This company, Nutridyne, is second best to Standard Process, but number 2 is a good place to be. So 10,000 mils a day, okay? I take this in the summer as well, because if you don't, and if you just rely on the sun, okay, first of all, you're not out in the sun every day. Second of all, when you are in the sun, how do you know how well your body is absorbing it? Okay? You can't go wrong with vitamin D. It is any kind of vitamin D deficiency, it has been linked to diseases. So you don't want to mess around. All right. B complex, a must have, okay? B complex by Nutridyne, again, number 2 company in my opinion. You need a B complex for so many reasons. And the beautiful thing about B is that it's water soluble. So you could, like, you can't overdose on this. Like if it says one on the back, well, it says two. But if it says two on the back and you take four because you're feeling tired, nothing bad is going to happen. It's water soluble. And that means that anything you don't use that you take, you just pee right out. So then you're good to go. So a B complex ensures that you have a little bit of each of the B's in your diet every single day. Because like I said, unless you are measuring out all the vegetables and fruits and everything, red meat has a lot of really good B vitamins. Unless you're measuring all that out, you don't know how much you're getting. And if you're tired, if you have symptoms of any kind, even if it's harsh periods, even if it's little athlete's foot, even if it's small things, it's because of vitamin deficiencies. So B complex is amazing. Like I said, you can't overdose on it. And just as a side note, this one isn't one that you need to take every day, but you can. Just as a side note and related to the B's, Cataplex B, what a savior. This is amazing and it's all natural. And like I said, you can't OD on it. Cataplex D is what I use if I have a crash. Something happens in my day, let's say it's something stressful, and 30 minutes later I'm like, wow, I'm exhausted. I'll take 2 or 3 of these and within 20 minutes I'm back up. I'm not on the ceiling, I'm just back up above zero, right? Because I went below zero. So instead of using caffeine or any synthetics that ramp up your adrenals and actually wear them out over time, take something natural. Cataplex B, amazing product. All right, back to the dailies. Every day you need to take omegas, okay? You need to take, let me take my glasses off. Omega-3s, you need to take DPA and EPA and DHA omega-3s. Now, these are good for everything. I have perfectly smooth skin because I've been taking these my whole life. I think it's only one a day. Yep, one a day. I pour these out of I have a little dish, actually, let me show you. My little dish is almost gone. I take vitamins throughout the day. I load them up in there in the morning. I load them up for my kids. They take them right away in the morning before school. It's perfection. So Ortho Omega is a wonderful product. It's really sourced well. Besides amazingly smooth skin, this is brain function, folks. You don't want foggy brain. You don't want a deficiency of this over time, so that eventually you have so many miscommunications and I'm going to call it broken links in the brain that you have a forever problem. You don't want that. So these are so easy to take. They're small, they're smooth, they go down easy, and you can't get this from fish. So that's a big mistake if you think you're going to get that from fish. First of all, I have a friend who eats salmon twice a week, and I found out that is less than half of what is in these per day. So he's super deficient. So he's had a multitude of symptoms. He didn't realize those symptoms were connected to not taking omegas. So you can't get your fish oils from fish, enough of them for a daily dose. And then on top of it, and in a separate training, I'll talk about the mercury in fish and why it's gotten so much worse, why you can hardly avoid it, and why you want to avoid eating anything bigger than a walleye. You don't want to eat salmon anymore. There's nowhere in the world to get salmon that doesn't have a high level of mercury. And it's not about the one time you eat it, okay? He was eating salmon twice a week his whole life. So it's like a slow drip of mercury. And in another session, I'll talk to you about what heavy metals do to your body. All right, what else do I take daily? I take turmeric forte. This is a dementia preventative pill. It's totally natural, standard process again, right? Turmeric forte does a ton of other things for your body. That one you can Google. I also take this really funny named pill called Tomcat Alley. It's by a company called MediHerb. Oh, and I just realized the turmeric is by MediHerb as well. They're also a number 2, right next to standard process. Tomcat Alley. Okay, this was developed, there was conferences about this. This was developed for men with erectile dysfunction, and it ended up working for women's menopause. Yes, so you want no hot flashes? You want your menopause to go better? Tomcat Alley. Now this is actually probably one of the most expensive ones, but if you have the funds, you can't really put a price on getting rid of menopause symptoms. So this is an amazing supplement. Tomcat Alley, I take 2 a day. All right. Another thing I take, this one I only take in winter, but if you have a low immune system, you can take it year round. It's called Immuplex. It is literally supporting your immune system. And like I said before, it's not just what's in it. There's a ton of stuff in here. A, C, E, Bs, iron, zinc, selenium, copper, chromium, sodium, B12, folate. It is also at the bottom, there's a proprietary mix of a whole bunch of really good things that support your immune system on a daily basis. A long time ago, I think it's been about 7 years ago, both my kids got pneumonia. That was horrible. And to bring their immune systems from, -10 back up to above 10, right? I had to give them, I think it was, gosh, was it 3, 6, or 9 of these a day? I had to spread them out with every meal, and then cod liver oil, and then probiotics. It was that trifecta combination that brought their immune system up, and it actually took somewhere between 3 and 6 months for their immune system to be back up where it was before. So you want to do it all naturally? I don't know how else you're going to bring your immune system up. No amount of vitamin C in orange juice is going to do it, I can tell you that. All right, another product I take now and then, Cataplex ACP. This product, by standard process again, it will detox your liver and kidneys, okay? So you can take like 5 to 10 a day for 5 days. And the reason why it's so much is because you spread them out over the day. So, in Western medicine, picture an IV, right? It has a slow drip. Taking 10 of these a day and spreading them out 1 per hour is like a slow drip of this product. And what it does is it takes care of a ton of different horrible symptoms that people can have. Lower back pain from your kidneys being congested. It can take that away because it will start your kidneys working again. Any amount of congested liver. There's a million symptoms that go with when the liver isn't working properly because the liver does 500 things for your body. So imagine the amount of symptoms when just 25 of those things aren't working well, aren't working up to par. So this is an amazing product to take when you've been sick and you want to detox. When you want to just do a regular detox throughout the year because we know about the toxins that clog our liver and kidneys, and it'll make you feel amazing. All right, who has to poop? This is Super Aloe, and this company is amazing. It is orthomolecular. I can't remember the last part of it. Products, orthomolecular products. It's an amazing company, really well sourced. Super Aloe 450. You don't have to take much of this. I think, yep, it's 1 a day. 1 a day when you're not feeling regular, when you could take 2 a day when you're constipated, but this is an all natural solution to constipation. If you take the stuff that's on the market for constipation, Miralax and all that, that has aluminum in it. Aluminum is linked to Alzheimer's. You don't want to take a synthetic, you want to take something natural. And then if you are a person who over your life has had a lot of constipation for a variety of reasons, you can just take 1 of these a day preventatively. And of course, obviously, if it works well, and then if it overworks by giving you some loose stool, just back up. Just take 1 or take none for a while and see how you do. Super, super easy. All right, for those of you who want to know what else to do when you're sick besides the Cataplex ACP, coenzyme Q10. I actually don't recommend this particular product because it has soy in it, and we'll get on the soy topic at another training. But coenzyme Q10 you can get in almost any brand, and it's pretty well sourced across almost all brands. Now, if you get 200 milligrams, you can take 10 of these a day when you're sick, all of the days you're sick. You don't want to go more than 5 days because then these are hard on the kidneys, okay? But what these do is they deliver oxygen to every single cell in your body. All right, what else to take when you're sick? Obviously, vitamin C. I'm not a huge fan of this type of vitamin C because I think, these are the really big ones, the big hard ones. But this brand I love, Nutridyne, obviously, you can get it in another brand if you want. Pure Encapsulations is an expensive brand, but that one's probably right up there, number 1 with standard process. You can take up to 5,000 to 6,000 milligrams of vitamin C when you're sick. Why? because just like bees, it's water soluble. Whatever you don't use, you'll pee out. And if you've ever seen a video about what vitamin C does in your body, it encapsulates the virus and all of the cells that go along with it, and it flushes it right out of your body. So vitamin C is amazing. Everybody should know that. But 5,000 to 6,000 milligrams per day while you're sick, and you can even go a couple days after you're sick. As long as you don't get diarrhea, you're good. If you get a little bit of loose stool with all of that C, you just back it up by about 1,000 milligrams. No big deal. All right, those of you with digestive issues. Okay, first I have to say, go to somebody like me to get to the root of your digestive issues so that you don't have to just do what I'm about to show you for the rest of your life, because nobody wants to be taking pills for symptoms the rest of your life. You want to take vitamins and supplements for preventative measures, but not for symptoms the rest of your life, right? Because then you're just managing symptoms. So this is amazing. It's called multizyme. And as you can imagine, it has a ton of enzymes in it to digest food. So you want to take 1 or 2 of those before you go out to eat if you're the kind of person that it just doesn't sit well with you when you go out to eat. This is amazing. It's called Cholecol, standard process again. Cholecol is actually cow bile and a couple other things. And what it does is it provides the bile that your body needs to adequately digest your food so you don't get indigestion. So those 2 products are amazing for people with indigestion. All right, so that is the quick and dirty vitamin mini training. I hope it has inspired you to be preventative and on the preventative side, because once sickness and symptoms and illness hits, it's really hard to reverse it. It takes much longer. There's tons more suffering. If you can live in a preventative way, much, much better. You keep your body healthier for longer, and it improves your quality of life. I mean, I'm 51, I have tons of energy, I sleep well, I exercise, I'm motivated, I feel good, and I've been taking these vitamins my entire life, every single day. And it's a habit. So, you get into the habit. You forget one day, you get back into the habit. You can do it because you want to, because you want to feel good. All right, see you in the next training. Bye-bye. Hey folks, I forgot one thing when I was going through my vitamin mini training just now, and so I'm going to try to paste this video into that one, see how techie I can be. But what I forgot is super important. If you take no vitamins at all, take this. If this is the only thing you take this. This is liquid trace minerals, okay? I think there's 119 trace minerals that you need per day. Okay, the only place to get these is in a lot. You'd have to eat 6 times the amount of food you would normally eat in a day, and it would all have to be fruits and vegetables, okay? So you can turn this over and read the back and listen to what's in it. Bromide, calcium, nitrogen, selenium, manganese, copper, antimony, zinc, just a whole bunch of wonderful things. They're all colloidal minerals. The elements are in seawater, and there's way more than that. I didn't even read all of the back. Magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium, sulfate, lithium, boron. You can Google why you need each of these, but I'm going to tell you one big reason, okay? When I was probably about 17 years old, my wonderful grandfather, my mother's father, couldn't get out of bed because his legs were cramping so bad. All night long, he couldn't sleep, which was awful in its own regard. But his legs cramped terribly all night long. And then he would wake up and he couldn't walk on them because they were in so much pain from all of that cramping all night long. So I showed up at their house, and my mom was there standing over his bed, assessing what was going on from her perspective, from a holistic Eastern medicine perspective. And she said to me, go to Nutritional World, that was the store at the time. She said, grab the biggest bottle of colloidal minerals you can grab. So I went and grabbed it. It took me about a half hour. I got back to the house. It looked like a big bottle of oil. I'm used to taking them in drops, so I hadn't really seen inside the bottle. These are clear. The ones he had were not clear. They just kind of looked like oil at the time. So she gave him probably 10 spoonfuls, 2 or 3 times a day, because he was so far below zero that she had to fill the hole to get above zero. And of course, I think it was maybe 2 days, and the cramps were gone. He could sleep. It was wonderful. So that's what you want to prevent. You don't need to have some kind of crisis to go find a product. Just get the things your body needs on a daily basis and live your life, right? Don't wait for that crash. Don't wait for some horrible thing to happen. Um, and then, you're always living like in response to a health crisis. You don't want to do that. And you don't want to fill your body full of, I guess we could have doped him up on, Tylenol and ibuprofen, but that's Tylenol. There are studies about Tylenol in Western medicine that show how damaging it is to the liver, like severely damaging. Those studies came out in the last 5 years. Us folks in Eastern medicine, we've known about that for years. None of us take Tylenol. Ibuprofen, a little less toxic, but still toxic, still a synthetic, works on the kidneys. If you want to wear your kidneys out over time, take that a couple times a month. Your kidneys are your chi. It's where your energy is from. So if you feel your energy lowering and lowering, or if you think back in your life and you think about how it's lowered and lowered, just remember how much ibuprofen and how many other synthetics you've taken. Okay, so, this is really about reversing the idea of meeting a health crisis and instead living in a way that prevents the health crisis. Okay, so colloidal minerals. Now, this particular brand I can get because I'm a practitioner, and just non-practitioners can't. But I'll order this for you. There's no up price. Obviously, it's just shipping. I think this is $33, and this lasts my whole family. I don't even know, more than a month for sure. I haven't actually measured it because it's so part of our daily diet that I don't even think about the money. The money to me prevents illness, and that's priceless, really. But you can get this through me, or you can get some high-end brands at places that are high-end nutritional stores. For example, in the state of Minnesota, there is a university called Northwestern Health Sciences. It's in Bloomington. Now, that's a chiropractic and Eastern medicine school. I used to teach there. And inside of the school, they have a really cool bookstore called the True North Wellness Hub. And that is the place where all the practitioners buy their standard process, MediHerb, Nutridyne, all of the greatest products, and then they bring them to their office and they upprice them and sell them to you. However, this particular store allows the public to come in and buy these products that only practitioners can get. By the way, if you look these products up on Amazon, you can find some of them, but they're really uppriced. They're much higher than if you go into the store that I'm telling you about. You can also look online, go to the True North Wellness Hub website, and you can order right off the website. So if you're not in Minnesota, you're not going to walk to the store, order them online. It's perfection. Shipping's not that bad. I mean, you really have to think about what your health is worth. What are you worth? What is your health worth? Do you want to live to see your kids be older? Do you want to live to see your grandkids? And then if you're alive, let's say you're alive when your grandkids are alive, perfect. But how do you feel? Can you get down on the floor with them and can you play with them? Do you have the energy to listen to them scream? Even just like the emotional and energetic bandwidth for their energy. So you really have to decide what you want. Do you want to be preventative and live not just longer, but quality life, to be with your family, right? To fulfill your life's purpose? Or do you want to be responding to health crises and have all these times in your life when, whoops, got to have surgery, whoops, this is happening, these acute situations that put you in fight or flight, puts your family in fight or flight, usually drains your resources in terms of finances and stress. You don't want to do that. You want to live preventatively, so that you are in more control of your body and your health. And that is a place of power. All right, see you in the next training.